So here on this page, on your next page, types of patterns, we're just going to be simply just identifying whether it's a positive, negative, zero, or undefined type of pattern or slope. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some different graphs, some different points, and figure out what those are. So first, we want to fill in what is a positive slope. Well, a positive slope is on a line that is always increasing. Remember, we always say from the left to the right. So this is an increasing line. A negative slope would be a line that decreases, so one that's going down. Okay, and it could have arrows on either end. Just because there's an arrow going up this way doesn't mean it's increasing. Remember, it's always what is it doing as it goes to the left. To the right. And as a line that has a zero slope is neither increasing or decreasing, getting smaller. So that means it would be a flat line going straight across. Okay, a zero slope, in other words, m is equal to 0, then it would have to be flat. It's not going up and it's not going down. Okay, so here the slope would be negative. Here the slope would be positive. And then the last one, the slope is undefined. Okay, undefined is a line that goes straight up and down. Okay, so this we would say undefined. So you'd put the 0, but then a line through it. Okay, all the way through. And the reason that this is undefined is because y is increasing. Y is getting bigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, often forever. Okay, but x is not increasing. So if x is not increasing, because it's not going to the right at all, that means the bottom of the slope would be 0, or the change in x is 0, but the increase, or you could say decrease in y, could be any number. Okay, it could be +1, could be +2, could be +100, because it keeps on going up and up and up and up. Okay, so because there's no change in x, and x is on the bottom, we call it undefined. Because remember, if 0 is on the bottom, or in the denominator, it's undefined. Now, what kind of slope does each one have? Well, this line is increasing, so that's a positive slope. This one's also increasing, that's also a positive slope. This is all we're doing, is just identifying. This one's going down and decreasing, so that's a negative slope. So if I was to find that slope, it would be negative. Okay, and then this one is going to be a positive slope. Okay, now let's go ahead and identify what the actual slopes are. Okay, so going from this point to this point, let me zoom up a little bit. First of all, I know it's going to be positive because it's increasing. This goes up 2, and then to the right, 1. So the slope here is 2 over 1. Or it can be simplified to 2. Okay, this next one is also going to be positive. Okay, so here we're going to go from this point, and let's say we go to this point here. So we go up from 3 to 7, that's +4, and then from 0 to 2, sorry, it's actually 0 to 1, because if you look down here, this goes from 0 to 1. 2 squares is actually just 1. So it'd be 4 over 1, which is also equal to 4. Okay, and the next one, here, this is a decrease, so we know our slope's going to be negative. So I'll just go ahead and put the negative in now. Okay, and it's always going to be the change in y that's going to be negative. The slope in the change in x is always positive. Okay, so here we're going to go down 2, so -2, and then we're going to go right 1. Okay, so -2 and over 1, which is also equal to -2. Okay, now this one's an increase, so it's going to be positive. So from this point to this point, we go up 2 and right 1. 2 over 1 equals 2. Okay, now this one here, very similar to what we talked about earlier, a line that goes straight up and down. The x is not changing, so this slope is going to be undefined, or you can simply just write undefined down there. Okay, now this one, neither y is getting bigger, okay, y is not getting bigger, but x continues to get bigger. Okay, so there's no change here. It's not going up, it's not going down. So then our slope is just 0 because there's no change at all. Okay. Now this is a case where we were like, well, why isn't this one undefined? Well, because the change in y is 0, okay, but then the change in x is just any number you want. So this is a little different. 0 is on top this time. Okay, so that's okay. But any number with 0 on top is just 0. Okay, so now these next ones with the points. Okay, you're going to take your point, put one on top of the other. Okay, find the change in the y. 6 to 1 is minus, we're going down, so minus 5. Negative 4 up to 3. Okay, if you look at your number line for this one, this is a positive change. That's plus 7. So then our slope would be negative 5 over 7. Okay, and I'll let you figure that out for this problem down here to the left as well. Okay, on your own. Now, if you have a problem that is y equals 6, okay, that's actually this problem up here, or this graph. Y equals 6 is this graph. When you have a line that goes horizontal or straight across, it's going to start with y equals and then have no x on the other side. So this, the slope is 0, no change at all. Okay, now this one, remember the slope is always the number next to x. So the slope in this case is negative 3. Okay, whatever number is next to x, that is our slope in this case for an equation. The next one is going to be x equals 9. Now this is going to be a line that goes straight up and down. Okay, if it was to graph this, so if it's straight up and down, sorry, there you go, straight up and down, then the slope is undefined. Okay, so if it's x equals a number, just some number, it's going to be undefined. If it's y equals a number, like over here, it's going to be 0. And the last one up here to the right, the slope is just the number next to x, so it's 1 over 2. Okay?